This podcast is rated PG-16, if not PG-18, by Zerbinator Land. Foul language will be blocked, but not removed. Foul thoughts will be represented by words and anecdotes. If you feel easily offended by such things, turn back now, do not enter. If you like silly pretentiousness, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Pretentious Podcast. My name is Zerb.
And I'm Phil.
And it's great to have you guys listen to us. We are two pretentious people being pretentious about being pretentious.
Extremely pretentious about being pretentious.
And it's cold outside and both of us are shriveled up and happy to be here. How you doing, Phil?
Well, I was doing better until I got that piece of information.
This show is definitely called the Pretentious Podcast, and what we're doing is going down things that we find pretentious and maybe be a little pretentious ourselves because we are.
Sure. Yeah. Extremely pretentious.
That's good. And I love the way you say pretentious.
Pretentious. That's right. My wife makes fun of me all the time because I mispronounce words, and I just look at her. I'm like, what? And she's like, that's not the word.
But I bet you that's why she married you.
No.
And now, it's time for Pretentious Podcast with Phil and Zerbinator.
All right, we both grew up with radio DJs.
Yes, we did.
Big fans of that.
Yep.
We are definitely not radio DJs, but you have.
I got to sit in on a radio show a few times.
Did you speak?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah. I'm sure my buddy would probably lose his job if the powers that be found out about it.
What radio? Can you say what radio station?
PLR, WPLR here in Connecticut. He did an overnight show on the weekends, and he had me over there. I suppose you could say I was a in-studio guest.
Right.
Because, they do that. They bring people in, and, hell, they bring the pizza guy on every once in a while and say, hey, how's it going out there? It's very nice. Thanks for buying my pizzas, And they go. But
the roads are a little slippery.
Oh, my gosh. It was so scary. I saw my life flashing before my eyes as a car driving right down the road.
It's got to be delivered.
But, yeah, I got to see the old school way of doing things with the old cart system for the commercials.
Oh, that's the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Before it all got computerized. So you have these huge carts. And tell me if I'm wrong. Do you have these wall of carts? Do you just push them in, or do you have to pull out the carts and put it in a machine?
The way they had it set up, they had three things going on, believe it or not. They had little mini carts that were almost like cassettes for songs. They had vinyl. They'd set up an album. Because this is right around the takeover from CDs. Yeah. Before they went completely digital. Now everything's on the computer.
Right.
But the carts for like commercials, they were like the size of an 8-track.
I love that.
So yeah, and what they would do is they had them all stacked up on a shelf, and as they needed them, the top maybe 10 he had on his mixer board. Yeah. And he had like 4 of them in there already ready to go, and it's just a matter of setting them up, and he would just. The computer had it, and he'd hit, 3, 2, and 1, and then 4, and that's how they would play in that order. So this way he can mix it up a little bit, so they're not always the same. And I think 1 and 4 were on top of each other, or, one was on top of the other. And those were the two that they would
Sorry. Yeah.
And he'd have to do a live read every once in a while, too, which was kind of cool. I think he let me read the weather one day. And,
wow.
It was just...
Did you get nervous?
I was stuttering like an idiot. And I was always the kid who was like, I'm reading the story. It could be like, Dick and Jane were running down the hill with their dog Spot. And I'm like, Phil, can you read it? Dick, Jane, and
Jane got
Spot fall down
by Spot.
Yeah, I was always nervous as a public speaker, so I never liked doing it on the spot.
I always wanted to be a radio DJ.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid. When I was a kid, probably about 7 years old, I had WTDY, which was me and my teddy bear.
Yep.
And we would do cassette recordings. And what I would do is play Sesame Street music in between. And the more McDonald's commercials that I recorded from the TV and then put into the show, I figured that meant I was going to have McDonald's for dinner for my pop. The gift of podcasting is great because we have the post-production where I can edit out all of my mistakes.
Right.
Already there's probably 2 in here that I need to get rid of me, screwing up or,
Just being pretentious.
And I cannot, and I can't read to save my life. I can't.
I was the same way. I had to, and believe it or not, I actually applied for I think it was one of those scam setups where like they were looking for people.
Yeah.
But, the people they thought maybe had some talent, they had to pay and go on to like a school program, and other people are just like, well, thanks for coming out.
A pyramid.
I was offered, I was like, well, if you work on it a little bit more and you go into this program, it was a DJ course. Yeah. Well, not so much a course. It was like they were looking for spot readers.
Oh, okay.
So they gave me this script, and everybody had kind of the same script, and we had to read it, and it was like,
you did the best.
Yeah, Dan's Auto Motors of Greenwich, Connecticut is looking for, potential, mechanics. And if you come down here today and you show your qualifications, and if you have 10 years of experience and working with race cars, they'll hire you on the spot. If not, piss off. And so that, I had to do this read, and the guy's like, oh, no, you did a good job, but, I think, you could do a little more schooling, and here's our card, and the courses cost this much. And I was like, I'm not paying for this. I thought this was a job interview.
Yeah, exactly. Why pay to do it? There's got to be other ones that will allow that.
Yeah.
Well, as you now know, but you didn't know before, this is a podcast. Pretentious Podcast is one that started in Virginia and then eventually became Please Stand By. But the reason for Pretentious Podcast was I wasn't on my Lexapro anti-depression med yet. And I was a raving lunatic. I couldn't stand anything. I couldn't stand anybody.
Should I have a bigger buffer between the two of us?
No, that's fine. And look, we'll keep our physical endowments out of it. But no, I was a mess. And then finally I started getting the proper meds straight, and I got myself straightened out, and then became Please Stand By with my buddy Joe Borowski, who's still back down in Virginia. Now, I miss Joe and podcasting with Joe, but Joe just, he won't get his kids off the internet long enough to join. And he likes listening more than podcasting, he's told me.
I got it. Yep.
So we're continuing that tradition by just starting over. Out of respect for him, we're starting over with Pretentious Podcast episode 1. If anybody's interested in the old Pretentious Podcasts, I still have them, and just let me know and I'll send them to you instrumentally@gmail.com, and I'll send them off to you. There's 6 episodes. There's 10.
10, right?
Yeah, so sorry, 10.
Yeah.
But I want to tell the audience how you and I met.
Okay.
Should we tell them about the biker bar, or just tell the truth? Was I moved up here and we both work at the same place. We met, we talked, got along, and have the similar sense of humors, and
the
rest is history.
That's it in a nutshell. Honestly, that's the truth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is, when we open our shows, we're going to have gabs like this. Probably not as long, but next section coming up is called Rants in Our Pants.
Get them out. Get them out. Get them out. Get them out.
And now, let's hear some rants from our pants.
What we'll do here is talk about things that really get us going. And what should we start with? What's been driving you crazy lately?
What's been driving
little
me crazy?
Things to big George Carlin things. What are the things that make you...
right now, it's got to be the coverage of the potential candidates running for president.
Amen.
Both parties. I don't care. You know what? I'll lay it out there. I'm a conservative by heart. Fiscal conservative. I'm pro-military, pro-police, but I'm also a social justice guy. You need to have these programs. You got to look out for people. I just hate the divide that both parties have taken, and then they want to literally just pander to their base, to the far left on one side, far right on the other side. And it's a circus.
Yeah.
And historically, I guess that's the way it's always been.
But not like this.
This is crazy.
And one man is making it terrible. I would understand if that one man wasn't doing anything.
Well, yeah, and I think Anderson Cooper needs to keep his mouth shut.
Exactly.
That's all
it's getting ridiculous.
Anderson Cooper. Maybe Wolf Blitzer.
And his laugh is what gets me when he goes... But... No, it's Donald Trump. I can't stand, if I can throw in my 2 cents on this right here, Donald Trump is just making a mockery of everything, and he's winning. And what makes a mockery of it is the fact that the younger kids and some of the people that are just not quite all together. And if you're voting for Trump, what is going on with you? What do you think? It's probably money. They want the money that has.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's a money thing. Everybody thinks they're going to be super rich if Trump goes in there, or it'd be fun to watch him pretend he's president.
You know what I think? Maybe I think you got some of those people, and those are the people who just would love to watch the world burn. So they're like, oh, let's just see what this clown's going to do in the White House. I think you got that from both sides. I think you got people who look at it that way. I really think he just tapped into the frustration, but he hasn't really converted that, I'm going to build a wall, keep these people out, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make them pay, and I'm going to bring businesses back. People are like, yeah, great.
He's a bully.
And, well, that all sounded great to me, too, but he hasn't elaborated. He hasn't expanded upon it.
He has to keep that under the curtain.
No, and he argues like a 5-year-old. So, like, Rubio's over there, and Cruz are like, oh, well, Donald, you can't be saying this. Oh, yeah, well, you're a doodle head, and that's why I'm number 1, and you're not even a close number 2. So, I win.
And then he called him the P word.
What? What word?
Donald called him up.
Oh, pushalasis? Pushalasis.
Pushalasis?
Pushalasis. That's an actual word. Pushalasis. My daughter showed me that.
Oh, really?
But that's what the other shortened version of it comes from.
Called him a vagine.
A vagine?
A vagine.
I like that. Vagine.
A vagine. And, but yeah, so it's a circuit. And I grew up Republican. Sorry, Connecticut. Bad place to be if you were Republican is in Connecticut.
I grew up liberal, very liberal.
Right.
Yeah, extremely liberal. We talked about my family a little bit
off
the mic.
Record. Yeah. But
we'll get into it someday.
It's weird how tall you are compared to how short they were. The long story short, it's just a circus act, the entire gamut. And I'll be honest, I'm coming right out and saying it. I'm stuck right now voting for Sanders. I'm saying it. I can't help it. I can't decide, man.
You know what?
Bernie.
You like Bernie, huh?
I like Bernie.
Listen, I'm one of these people. I'm not going to beat you up because you're picking the wrong guy.
You're very strong. That would hurt.
But listen, you're entitled. Here's the thing. Another thing that bothers me. Nobody has a sense of humor anymore. Everybody thinks their opinion is the only one that matters. And if you don't have the same opinion, what happened to sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
That's all gone.
And words, it's gone. And that bothers me.
2 words. Entitlement. Everybody's entitled to something because of words like iPhone and my Sony and me. Everybody has me syndrome. And then number 2, everybody's offended by everything because of something deep-rooted that happened when they were kids, and they just don't know how to let go of them as adults.
I wouldn't even say it's that. I think they're just jumping on the coattails of everybody else that's offended because they agree with them.
So they're sheep.
So people are huge sheep. Huge sheep.
Just follow.
Absolutely.
Follow. And that's from Twitter. Following, and Facebook says follow.
Yep. It's not. It's human conditioning.
Yeah, it is.
It's human conditioning. That's why it's so hard to find real leaders. It really is. Because people that are leaders, there's 2 types of people that lead. There's real leaders, and then there's people that just manage.
Right.
And right now we have a government that just manages. They don't have any real leaders. Trump came along, and because he sounded, people know that he is a leader. He runs businesses.
Right.
I'll give him that. I'll even give him the fact, what I like about him is the fact that he's failed and recovered. He's lost millions of dollars. He's lost businesses. He's lost deals. He's recovered and come back and made fortunes. I think, to me, it makes him more human than a lot of other politicians. Other politicians are just...
He has a lot of fallibility.
I do this and that. Yeah, but at the same time, he also shows that he can recover. And he can bounce back. And that's human nature. And we all have been there. We've all been ups and downs. Where I think with most politicians, it's always like, I win, and I'm going to get you this, I'm going to get you that. And it's all sugar-coated bullcrap. And I'm tired of that. And I think that's his appeal. But I'm not a Trump guy.
I was just going to say, are you going to vote for Trump?
No. Here's the 2 things that are really sticking in my craw right now.
Whoa. Be careful. You're entering a corner.
Wait a minute. Oh, I got one out. And that is the Hillary situation with the emails.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you want to twist it. I don't care all these people that want to defend her. It just comes down to simple right or wrong. And that's another thing that drives me nuts is that's gone. It's all twisted to perspective, what I think is right and wrong, and what you want to believe is right or wrong. And it's a shame because I really think she did break the law. And I really think, I worked for the government, so I know what some of these forms look like. She covers her butt by constantly saying, oh, nothing was marked classified. It's not marked classified.
And it shouldn't be that easy.
No, no, it's not. And everything comes classified, and it comes classified top secret, general knowledge, above top secret, or secret, whatever. There's classifications. That's the way they're classified, but it's not listed that way.
Right.
You know, and some documents do have them on there. I mean, when I was working for the Navy, there was stuff that I was privy to and other stuff I was not privy to because it was above my security code.
Right, exactly.
My security classifications. But that's her cover. And again, it's wordplay. It's not marked classified. Well, classified means the classification.
Yeah.
You know, and that drives me nuts. And the second thing...
Well, she's also thinking it could be a newspaper ad.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe she was looking for a new puppy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she was... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm on a rant. This is just, we got to keep this wrapped up.
Oh, and that's right. I'm supposed to cut.
Yeah, you're supposed to cut me off.
Let me make that face.
I'm tired of the Constitution being trampled on.
Amen.
Like it or not, this country was founded on that law of the Constitution. We're not a socialist country. And all these people who want to convert the country and change the country, that's too bad. That's why these laws exist. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of tired of it being twisted, being manipulated, and disregarded.
And they trim the edges. Oh. And it makes it look like they didn't do a darn thing, and they did.
Yeah.
They took a big chomp out of it left and right.
Yeah. So for that reason, I'm kind of swayed towards Cruz.
Really?
Because Cruz is a true, in my opinion...
You want to have Cruz as president of the United States?
He's a little scary. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't know much about Cruz. I just can do a really funny impression of him. I really don't. I haven't been watching him.
He's very nasally, I think, in the way he talks.
This is Ted Cruz. You got to look at the important issues of today. Do not call me a vagine.
A vagine?
Wait, who did he call a vagine? I forget.
I don't remember.
Was it Cruz? I forget.
No, I think he called, Rubio?
Yeah, you're right.
You can't call me that. You know, I'm running for president here, and I'm trying to keep it nice and clean.
Let me tell you something, Rubio.
Oh, wait, we have to do Trump. Let me tell you something, Rubio. Let's get the facts straight.
Hey, Donald, nobody's talking to you right now.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're talking to me or not because I'm not listening because I put up a wall between us. I don't know. But, so yeah, so we agree it's a circus ass act.
Yeah.
Off. We agree it's a circus act.
Hey, you can't use that kind of language on a podcast.
I was going to edit that out. I said off so I would make sure. So we agree it's a circus act.
Yeah, yep.
And that's the way it is. Speaking of what we just did.
Yeah.
Celebrity interview is our next topic.
Oh, boy.
How about a celebrity interview?
What I'm going to do is, if you don't mind, Phil, I'm going to invite in somebody who's been waiting in the green room.
Sure.
And ladies and gentlemen, Phil, you're going to have to leave your seat.
Oh, let me get up.
All right, thanks.
There we go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm Macdonald. Have a seat here. Have a seat here, buddy.
I'll just pull up here. Put these on my head.
This is great.
How are you?
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no problem. It's not like I got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, that's why I invited you over, unfortunately.
Well, you know, you lose a gig every once in a while. These things happen. I was on Saturday Night Live. They fired me. And now I'm the colonel, and now I'm not.
They fired you again.
Yeah, how about that?
How does it feel? I mean, you were doing great, and you look like Colonel Sanders.
I really did. I did a lot better job than that other guy. And
Jim Gaffigan is going to be... Well, no, before it was Darrell Hammond.
Right.
And then they hired you.
That's right.
And what did they say? How did they come about saying? Did they just stop giving you chicken?
They stopped giving me a check.
Oh, well,
that's what they did. Yeah, that's kind of how you know.
And that's gotta hurt.
Well, a little bit, yeah. Especially when you just went out and bought a new car, and but now I'm not going to need that, so I'll sell it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh about you losing the car, but you just look so. I'm really sorry because you've done a lot.
I did a lot for them. Yeah, I sold them a lot of chicken, and they didn't even give me any mashed potatoes.
So why are you still wearing the makeup? Why?
Well, more people recognize me this way than as myself, Norm Macdonald.
Is there some kind of disagreement with copyright or anything like that?
No, just wanted to, be the Colonel a little longer.
And how do you feel about Jim Gaffigan taking over?
Well, he knows a lot about food, so
that's true.
He's a good choice there, but yeah,
he's been doing McDonald's commercials for a very long time.
Yeah. So why not do more fast food? Get a little fatter, you jerk. Well, took my job. How am I supposed to feel? He took my job. How would you feel?
Are you still?
No, I'm not mad. No, not at all.
Did you?
Who are they going to bring next? Jim Brewer?
Yeah, I guess.
Could do Goat Boy. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Have some chicken. That'd be hysterical. Yeah, I'd pay to see that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Mr. McDonald, I want to thank you so much for joining us on our first episode of Pretentious Podcast with me and Phil. And
yeah, well, it's been a honor being here, seeing I don't have too much going on anymore, so thanks again.
All right, well, and don't forget your bucket of chicken.
Yeah, that's mine. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you for coming by.
I'd share, but that's all I got left.
That's right. It looks like you're down to the wings, and that's it.
That's about it, yeah. Ate the biscuit on the way over here. Trying to make this thing last,
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't get paid anymore.
All right, brother. Well, good. Thanks for coming by. Please come again.
No, you want me to stay a little longer? I can.
No.
All right. Yeah, they said the same thing over at KFC. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye. Kevin, why are you crying? How'd the interview go?
Oh, gosh. Well, poor Norm. Nothing seems to work out for him.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't hear so well. I didn't have, there's no speaker in the green room.
Well, sorry. We got to put one in.
Yeah, well.
That's for sure.
You got the Xbox back there, so I was.
Oh, good.
I was playing back there. That was fun. But what did he say? Was it all right?
Yeah, he
doing good. He's moving on.
He's moving. Oops, he's moving.
He's moving.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
So he's got some things in the works, I guess. Huh? He covered it.
Not really.
No.
I
feel bad for him all of a sudden.
Me too.
I thought he was moving on to bigger and better things.
Not really.
And now, the Facebook sidebar.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Facebook sidebar. And
Facebook sidebar.
And that's our song.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Do it again.
Facebook sidebar.
And what we're doing, we're going down the side of Facebook and just reading you the headlines and what it's about. We're going to take turns. Would you like to start?
I'll start, yeah. Let's see. Cordoba, Argentina. Soccer player fatally shoots referee after receiving a red card.
Yes! This is called full contact soccer.
Full contact soccer. You know what? I like it. I don't watch a lot of soccer, but I find these guys to be a little over dramatic with the tripping. And, they're like, oh, my leg, you broke my leg. And they're just laying there.
Gosh.
How did he get a gun onto the stadium? Well, then he got all the hooligans. Maybe he just went up in the stadium and got one.
Maybe he went to the side there and someone had him sitting in a box. Or maybe it was in the ball. Number 2, Lindsey Vonn. Olympic skier models for the 2016 Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition wearing only body paint. Well, guess what? We need to take a look at that.
I'm going to have to take a look at that.
Lindsey Vonn, I've heard of. She's...
Isn't she the one that shacked up with Tiger Woods after his wife beat him with his 9-iron and then threw him out?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I can see her. I don't want to get women mad at me, but
I can see her too. Yeah, no, that's and you know what though, it's a little surprising that that's painted on. Well, you can see the pasties over her nip-nips.
Yeah, but down around the
JJ, as Oprah would call it, the vajayjay.
Yeah, the vajayjay is.
Sports Illustrated, they got the money. They could go to Hollywood and get that pasty cover thing for that area.
There is nothing covering that.
No, there's like little seashell dots around her. Yeah, in the other picture, when face up. Yeah, no, that's all nudity right there. But look, you could see it. You could see the pasties around her nips.
Let's look again.
Can we zoom in?
I sure
you know
can.
What? Hold your control button.
Oh, they're getting closer.
Yeah,
they're getting closer. Something's happening.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's just the way the lines are.
That's her. Those are her troublemakers right there.
I'm not seeing any little headlights popping. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe on the left side by the hair.
Let's see it again in slow motion.
In slow motion. It's like a car crash.
All right, let's go. You're number 3.
Okay. Cape Breton Island. Website invites Americans to move to Canadian Island if Donald Trump is elected.
Awesome. They give you an out.
So the Canadians are like, you know what? That's great. Okay, so who are they?
Come on up here, eh?
Come on up here, eh? You can live here and, look down at your crazy relatives. They're still voting for...
if you ever want to see Trump, just look down for the orange spot on the United States.
The orange spot. The bad comb over, eh?
Yeah, you find them. That's great. They're giving you an out. So those who really don't want to be in a country...
I'm still mad that all these celebrities who are screaming, oh, I'm leaving the country if such and such is elected. Well, beat it.
Leave now.
Bush got elected twice, and you didn't leave. So get on the bus, go over the cliff, get out.
Who was it that said, I like the Bushes? Was that Cruz?
I don't remember. I think it was Jeb.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was Jeb. I think
one of them says, I like bushes. I thought that was hilarious.
It wasn't Marco, because I've never even seen one.
I think it was Chris.
I'm only a freshman in high school, but thanks for electing me as president. Or letting me run, I should say. All right.
Calgary Zoo. River otter dies after becoming tangled in a pair of pants and drowning. Oh, poor thing, zoo official said. Well, then why was he tangled in a pair of pants? Who threw in pants at the darn...
And who dresses these otters? Their legs are too short to be wearing pants.
Go on, Rick.
I don't... real quick, I'm tired of people. People who do stuff like this should die the exact same way. You touch children and animals, you should be killed exactly the same way you killed them. End of story.
Yeah. Put pants on...
They should be strangled with a pair of pants. Whoever did it. Some idiot, probably college kid, threw him over the thing and thought it was funny. And he's running around half naked. All right, let me move on because it makes my blood boil. All right. Peter Mayhew, actor who plays Chewbacca, to share original Star Wars Journal of the Wills script.
No clue what that means, but apparently.
Journal of the Wills. Let me see. I got to try to see here with my bad eyes. Peter's script, along with Peter's Wookiee coffee thumbprints, are notes scrawled on the pages, are a treat to read. A statement was read. Mayhew said, a big announcement to follow in the script's release. What? Did I read that?
It's crap.
I like Chewbacca, but what has he got to offer other than... And now the...
Spoiler alert.
Shh. Some people haven't seen the movie.
It's been out for a month and a half. If they haven't seen it yet...
I got to bleep that out, but I will keep it in. Number whatever. Salt Lake City bar owner apologizes after staff allegedly refused service to a Polynesian patron.
Why you not serve me?
I've been here 4 hours. You don't serve. And that's wrong. And that is wrong not to serve a Polynesian patron. You got to serve a pee-pee.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. John Keith Wells, Marine who led charge up Mount Suribachi at the Battle of Iwo Jima, died at age 94.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Well, can't make fun of him. True hero.
Oh, no, I wouldn't make fun of that
hero.
either. And the thing that gets me is, like Jocelyn, when she reaches a certain age of let's say, 20, she will have the satisfaction knowing that she was on the same planet alive while this gentleman was still alive. That's pretty cool. She won't make a big deal to her now, but when she gains respect for the country.
That's true.
And I remember the day that the last World War I soldier passed away.
Really?
Yeah, it was August something in 2000, I'm going to say 2010 or 2009.
You're not impressing me with remembering the day. You just said I remember the day.
I'm so sorry.
Or you remember what was going on that day.
I just remember
where
thinking
you were.
to myself that I am blessed enough to have been...
Yes.
I existed on the same planet with the person who fought World War I. That's awesome.
Do you remember a few years ago there was like novelty birthday cards that came out and they were like, they had like years on them and you could go back and look at like newspaper clippings and pop culture.
Yeah.
It was
what
like,
happened on your birthday
yeah,
kind of
and
thing?
you could find your card, like mine would have been 1968, and it had like a list of cars that were for sale. It was like news headlines. Yeah, they had cars back then, surprisingly. I know, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that was really cool because then they'd have like little headlines of stuff going on. And yeah, I agree. It was really cool to see who was alive or things were going on at the same time you were born.
And it makes you part of that history, which is important. Pokemon. Nintendo releases trailer for promoting Red, Blue, and Yellow game bundle for the 3DS. Now, I'm not a Pokemon person. Are you a Pokemon person?
No.
Let's move on.
No, okay. Rings of Saturn. NASA's spacecraft photographs the rings in line with planet's moon Dione.
You know,
so
Moon Dione is Dione. I had something funny and it's gone.
It's gone.
Moon Dione is Dionne Warwick. She's the one that you call when you want to figure out your future.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, that's stupid. Sometimes jokes are stupid.
Jokes are stupid. That's not funny, man.
That was stupid. But yeah, so you can see a ring around Saturn.
With the moon on it.
Yeah.
Or in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm a space guy, so I like that, but...
Do you know how you get rid of the rings around Saturn?
How?
You shout them out!
You shout them out.
I'm sorry.
Ancient Chinese secret.
Or Polynesian.
Polynesian.
The Price is Right. Woman wins 2016 Aston Martin worth $120,000 on the TV game show.
Oh my God. Awesome for her, but here's a little quick note. I don't know if you know this. Everybody, there's been like a big not flashback, but a big blowback because you're responsible to pay the taxes within 20 days or 30 days or you forfeit the prize.
And taxes on an Aston Martin for 2016 is, you could say it.
Taxes on that car would be about 33% or $44,000 is what you have to pay. Crazy, right?
Yeah. And so
and they got to pay it.
The game show doesn't cover that.
Nope. And if they don't pay it, they don't get the prize. Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining about that. I think you can find it on the internet, anytime Price is Right. Yeah, a lot of people.
Is that what they've always done, or did they just start doing that?
Always done it.
Bob Barker, you fooled us again.
Yep.
Well, Phil, we just did our first episode of Pretentious Podcast.
Awesome. All right.
Listen to that audience.
Wait. Timing is everything.
It's like,
yay!
A good show. So please join us again. This will be a show that we try to keep up with the best we can. We're both very, very busy, opposite schedules.
Yep.
But we'll do it when we can.
Yep.
Do not set your clocks to it. And then next time, we're going to interview another celebrity. We're going to go down our Facebook sideline.
Yep.
And I hope you enjoy the show. Please listen. Let us know. Instrumentally@gmail.com. Or give us a call, 571-408-ZERB or 9372.
Wow. You got that memorized.
Yeah. Nobody ever calls it. It's good to have a number that no one ever calls. Thank God I'm not paying for it.
Well, if people have any ideas or thoughts on something, they could also send it to us and ask us our opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
And
give us subject matter. We'll subject it.
We'll tell you if you're pretentious or not.
Pretentious.
Pretentious.
There's no Oz. We don't need Oz. That's a waste of time.
Pretentious.
They,
what is it? Pretentious?
yeah, but that's okay.
No, that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
going to continue
pretentious.
saying pretentious because
I like the way you say
I'm
it.
pretentious.
Hey, we got a call. Let's see who it is.
First caller.
It's Christelle. Hold on one second. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, can I please speak with whoever handles the Eversource bill?
Unfortunately, we don't have that here. We don't use that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No, thank you for calling. You have a good day.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I wanted to be ruder, but I couldn't. She's just doing her job.
Yeah, I know.
But you keep listening. We'll get other callers in.
We'll get real callers.
Let me tell my wife to call in the show. What do you want, honey? I'm busy. All right, guys. Thank you for listening and have a beautiful night. And until next time, this is Phil saying...
Kev, have a good day. Thank
right.
you for having me.
Sure.
We're going to have to work on the finish.
I just like putting people in this spot.
Thank you for listening to this week's Pretentious Podcast. Join us again for more pretentiousness. My name is Melvin Fleekenheibelschentagunderson. Good night.
All of Zerbinator's music and podcasts are under the Creative Commons license, which allows retelling and rebroadcasting as long as the author is notified and credited. For more great escape pods, please visit www.zerbinator.wordpress.com. If you would like to contact Zerbinatorland, you can send an email to instrumentally@gmail.com or give us a call at 571-408-ZERB or 9372.